watching Leicester Till I Die TV.
Watch us on YouTube.
Listen on your favourite podcast platform.
Or ask your smart speaker
To play the podcast Leicester Till I Die.
Right, Chris.
Oh, Mike, I have skillfully muted myself. Hey, there we go. And just say this isn't planned. Oh, I'm good at this, aren't I? Don't tell the boss. It's not like he's here. But good day, good afternoon, good evening, good abend. Hello, however you wish to be welcomed. I am re-welcoming you into the show this time so you can actually hear me say hello to you. How are you all doing? We are here for yet another prediction show. The last one before us. Some international football has to get played, I guess. So we are here for that. But how are we all doing? How is everybody? I hope you're all well in the comments. I can see you flying in with your comments there. Now, it does say that this show is in conjunction with Steve Lynex and Foxy7 Clothing, which it is. It is. But unfortunately, Steve's working now and he couldn't make this show tonight. So I searched the globe. I looked left, I looked right, I looked up and I looked down for a handsome, beautiful guest to fill it in. I couldn't find any. So I rang the boss and I said, Chris, can you come in? Chris, he comes to save the day. How are you doing, mate? you asshole.
Oh, you used to take the piss out of me.
Yeah. Oh, dear.
Not as easy as it looks, is it?
I know. The shoe is firmly on the other foot, mate.
You know what? Look, men, we just were not designed to multitask. It's as simple as that.
We're really not. But I'll tell you what is multiple locations of where you can find us. So I can do a segue.
I'll cross them over. You nod them in, mate.
I know, mate. We'll be top goal scorers this season. You can find us. Obviously, you should be watching us on YouTube and hitting the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. On the Instagram, make sure on the Instagram and on the TikTok accounts it is the LTID TV one and not Chris's private ones because you'll just get told to bugger off in the nicest way possible. Yeah. X, Twitter.
No nice about it at all. It's fuck off.
Well, we'll let them think it's nice. Okay. On Facebook page, make sure you sign in into StreamYard and put your name at the end of your messages if you are watching and getting involved on Facebook because we just won't read them out. It's simple to log in and do it, but you can follow us on the Facebook group. You can refer to it as X or Twitter. I don't like talking about my X, so I'm still going to call it Twitter. And of course, at the far right, you still get Chris, use your finger for me. Go on, show them where the podcast parts are.
You want me to do you with my finger this time, don't
you? Mate, let's make it different. There we go, mate. Passing on the book. So there is all our lovely podcast platforms. And I'd like to say, before we get started with our star substitute this week, to the members, to the wall. You can get it for $1.99 and you get it all. See, I can rap and rhyme at the same time, mate. I'm a poet and I didn't even know it. Our memberships on LTID TV, you can get it for $1.99. You get all sorts of things. You get members-only shows. You get emotes to use in channels. And if you're really kind to us and you say, I'm a member, Chris and Brad, can I come on your shows? Yes, certainly welcome to if you're a guest, along with lots of other things. But now we're getting into the business end. After my shameless plug there. Chris, you're filling in for Steve because he's working in Manchester and won't pop through the door for a cup of coffee.
Can you blame him?
No, I don't really. The weather and the coffee's not up to much here. You've already had a sneak peek at the tables. We'll get to them in a minute. But how are you feeling? Can you?
I'm
If I
doing
start,
all right. I just before we start, if I can do, I just want to say a couple of things. First of all, we're doing a transfer special tonight, straight after this at 8:30 through to about 11:15. Dave's joining us for that. Him and me will be hosting. Brad's going to be coming in for 45. Kate, hopefully, if she makes it to Leeds, will also. So we're not talking any transfers in this show at all because we want to try and keep this show compact. And for that reason, I'll shut up. So any transfer talk, move on to the show at 8:30, please. I just do want to bring this up, though, if I can.
yes, of course you can. Let me get rid of the banner as well, so everybody can see it. Let me get rid of
Oh, I can do that. There we go.
Oh, I see. You see, it's lovely having you on, Chris.
It's probably easier for me on a laptop. Look, you all know Dave. He's a regular co-host here, as well as working for, owning, in fact, and running Surrey Hills Radio. Jeff Stelling's doing his March for Men on the 17th of September. I think it's a Sunday. I'm not sure. And it's in aid of prostate cancer. Now, we all probably know somebody who has it, or we probably know somebody that might have had it. I was checked for it. Touch wood, it came back negative. But please, can we support Jeff? Whether it's a fiver, a tenner, 30, 40, however much, it's a hell of a lot easier to press a couple of buttons and donate a bit of money than it is to be I know it's walking, but it's still 26.2 miles from Wembley to Wickham. Why you'd want? Well, we know why you want to go to Wickham because that's where Bill Turnbull obviously passed away recently with prostate cancer. That was his team, and they were good friends. Jeff Stelling and Bill Turnbull. It's very, very easy. You can see the address, my fingers everywhere, underneath the picture. That's Dave and his good lady, Kathy. If you can go along to that page, it's the Just Giving page. So it's justgiving.com/fundraising/David Smith, Jeff Stelling March. Please go along. Just donate whatever you can. He's got a target that he wants to try and aim. Let's help him get there. He does a lot for us. He does a lot for charity himself. Let's give him the support and get over there and just donate. Like I say, even if it's only a fiver, let's give him some support.
Yeah, do go and do that, folks. Go and check that out and go and make sure you show a lot of support to a very notable cause. Chris, I'm not saying I'm delaying it for any reason at all here, but let me introduce the public. Our adoring public are waiting, and I have
You begged me to drag that out as long as I could.
I was like, keep going. But now I have to go to our adoring public to drag this out longer. Not that I've got anything to hide about this update on the Predictions League. Just a few hellos to say. Hello to Steve. He says, "Evening, Brad, and your hi all. How are you doing all? Nice to meet you." Oh, why did you do that for? Oh, no, that's it. I'm knocking your points. -30. Yeah, that's it.
It was too quick for anybody to see.
I know. I'm not mute anymore, but thanks, Nate, for that. He says, "Good evening, Leicester for life." Says a casual thumbs up. Dave, howdy, Dave. He says, "Hello, Bard." Have we got a Bard in here? Facebook user, I said it at the start. If you want to put your messages again, make sure you put your name on or sign into StreamYard. But your topic's off anyway, so it won't get read out, to be honest with you. It's about transfers. Yeah. Steve says, "Evening, Chris. You recognise who you were." And then Andrew says, that's a transfer thing. Check out the show tonight. Andrew, check out the show tonight. It'd help if I read some of these when I'm going flying through them. Evening, Chris, Brad, and everyone. How'd you told you? Spencer says, "Evening." It's funny how these prediction knots are all eager to see how badly or well they've done. I don't know how they've done. And John Final says, "Evening all." I suppose we should get into it. There were some mixed results at the weekend. I was on for a storming weekend, and
you were going to have a Steve Lynex, were you? You were going to get 30 points this weekend.
Yeah, I was. I was going for maximum points, and then some tits decided to score late goals and ruin it for me. So how did we all do? Well, before I show the league table, here's how we all did weekly. That's how everybody did. You can see there. Few people didn't manage to get correct results. Nippon had to show Steeler with 4 correct results. And there's somebody bottom, but we can't see it on this graphic. It was there when I loaded it up and I tested it. But, yeah, this next one's a little bit more painful. Congratulations to those that made double figures, nipping with the maximum points of 14. But it's this one that you're all here for, isn't it? And yeah. All beautiful human beings with great character.
Three seasons I've waited for this.
I know, but we're only 5 games in. You know what they say about...
I'm making the most of it.
Well, you make the most of it, because if you haven't already noticed and guided your eyes down to it, I might be bottom. But we don't talk about that. Let's get off the screen. We don't need to say too much. No, quickly, just want to say, Doug is the outright leader. He's doing really well. We have a heated battle.
Let's go to the other end of the table.
No, I don't care about that. We don't concentrate on the winners, mate. Not us. I can't win it, so I feel I can't win the prizes that are on offer today. I can't win the prizes, so I might as well let you lot win it, and then win it when it's the Premier League. You know, the Premier League's where it's at, mate. I'm undefeated in the Premier League. This Championship malarkey is not for me. With me 17 points and 1 correct score. Doug, congratulations. You have 8 correct results. A 3-point lead. You're opening up a bit of a gap. Steve is chasing you down. Craig is also in the hunt. He's got 7. So if he gets 10 points, that correct score could prove vital for him. Jeff is making up the top 4. And nobody cares after 4th. Yeah, no one cares after 4th.
No. I think we do.
No.
Who? Sorry, my neck was hurting then. But who was at the bottom?
Just some non-contestant that won't be in it next season at this rate, the way he's going.
3 seasons I've been waiting.
Well, we'll see what happens after game week 46 when I'm top. Well,
are we just going to call you Leeds United? Because, we get relegated and you look like you're going to get relegated again.
Well, maybe, I don't know. Like I said,
I did say I wouldn't joke about your totally and utterly poor score in the prediction.
I don't say them exact words. Leicester Fly says, yeah, do drop a like, guys. It really helps the channel. I know. Everybody says it, but it does. You like it. YouTube recognises our channel. It boosts it up, and then other people come and see it. And then you're not sit with the same boring lot as me and Chris to deal with. You can talk amongst yourselves in the chat.
Yeah.
John, don't get on the bullying. I can dock your points. I have the power. Strongest player, Brad, holding everybody up. You cheeky git. But good week all round. It's not how you start, it's how you finish. Then we can laugh. Yeah, unfortunately, in this league, when Doug's got 40 points and I'm stuck on 17, I might not move from where I am.
Was that Steve? Like I say, when you've waited 3 seasons and you've had 3 seasons of a certain person going, I'm top of the league. Yeah, I'm top of the league. I'm winning it again. Where are you? Who are you? Where are you?
See, I'm humble in this way. All I'm proving is the Premiership is very easy to predict because I was so easy at predicting the obvious that it worked for me.
To be honest with you, as I said before, all joking aside, when you've been in a division 9 seasons and you know who can sort of pull last-minute games out as it stands, then it does make it easier, let's be honest.
Yeah, it does, but it's fun. It's all for a laugh, and at the end of the day,
it's a laugh. Yes.
Yeah, right now I'm crying, and that's why I was late, guys. It wasn't technical issues at all, Chris. I was crying about doing this show.
I did wonder. You did look a bit red when you came on, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I know. I'm just hoping that in the later night show we don't get any more news, and I don't end up wanting to be like a lemon and jump off the edge of a cliff.
So just make sure you got some tissues, Andy.
Yes.
For either outcome, really.
Well, yeah. Well, the to hand, as they would say. I probably shouldn't have said that either. But moving on, because there were some people that are eagerly sat there waiting to see what everybody else has predicted. And of course, if you're not involved in a prediction league, don't worry about it. Get involved in the comments. It's all for fun here. But Chris, let's crack on with it because you have to disappear. For an eagerly rated, I noticed you haven't got the Jeff White outfit on. You haven't got the transfer deadline day black and gold. Is that coming out later?
No, we'll wait until that show.
We'll wait until that show. He says, hi, Scott. As a last hello, saying hello there. Chris, let's crack on with the first game. It is Birmingham versus Millwall. 2 teams that just seem to stink out the division. indifferent in their form? How are you seeing this one? Because you're filling in for Steve in case anyone's wondering.
I am. So I can't remember. I'm not looking at what I predicted, and I can't remember what that was. All I remember is that when you sent me the things through for the prediction, I looked at there's a Friday night game. Luton are playing Friday night. What am I putting that down for? Then realised we weren't in that division anymore.
Sad time.
So we're looking at Birmingham.
Millwall. Both in indifferent form.
Birmingham surprised me. There's all that fuss with the takeover by some American player, baseball or football player. I don't know what it is. They've surprised me. Haven't lost one yet. Millwall. I don't like Millwall. At all.
I don't think anyone was.
Well, unless you're Millwall, exactly. So I'm going to go 1-0. I'm going 1-0 Birmingham just because I don't like Millwall. I am doing a Steve.
He is. He's doing it. Yeah, you were true to the honour in the first week. I wish you'd done the second and third week as well because you got 3 points the last time you did this, so you can stay. You have predicted 1-0 to Birmingham, but how has everybody else in the league predicted it? Well, Anthony, he loves Millwall because he's gone 2-1 to Millwall. I've gone 3-0 Birmingham. I hate them as much as you do, Chris. Yeah. Chris, you've gone for a 1-goal win to Birmingham, but this time you went 2-1.
I thought I did, yeah.
Yeah. Craig joined you. He went 2-1 Birmingham. Doug's gone for a 2-0 win to Birmingham. Doug's top. Is it cheating if I copy his homework? Probably.
We know that the gap's going to stay the same distance.
That's the issue that you guys had with me, wasn't it? Copying doesn't get you anywhere when you're in the league.
Oh, sorry, Mr. Bottom of the league.
I'm holding you all up. Shut up. Jeff went for a draw. He sat on the fence 1-1. John's gone for 2-1. Mike has also gone for 2-1. Nate went and joined you, a.k.a. Steve, with a 1-0 Birmingham win. Nippon, who surprised everybody with 4 correct results last week, he's gone 3-1 to Millwall. Oh. Shane Downs sat on the fence at 1-0. Shane O'Donnell's gone 2-0 Birmingham. Spencer's also gone 2-0 Birmingham. We know you've predicted 1-0 for Steve. Steve Smart, however, has gone 2-1 Birmingham. And Told You Bro went 2-0 to Birmingham. So that's what everybody else predicted in the league.
Almost look organised there.
Yeah, I know. It's amazing what I can do when I think about it.
Yeah.
Majority went for the Birmingham win, no surprise. Of course, Scott comes along and ruins me saying that and sits on the fence 1-1. So moving on, we got to the next game, which is New Boys Sunderland having a bit of a rough time at the moment against the, like you could say, the high-flying Saints with their wings. It is away for Southampton. Do you see Sunderland causing an upset here? Or are you thinking?
I'm very disappointed. I had Sunderland as, and I know it's got it's early days, etc., but I actually had Sunderland as one of my playoff teams. But from what I've seen on social media, the natives are getting restless, as they say. Southampton have made a couple of good signings today. I have my ticket, by the way, for the Leicester Southampton away.
Well, I know what I'm predicting for that game.
Yeah, Leicester Southampton away on a Friday night, and I'm going. What could the score be? But no, Southampton are doing well. I mean, they're sort of they haven't lost either. So I've got to see this as a win for Southampton. Sorry, so I'm going to go. I'm going to go 2-0 Southampton.
You are giving Steve the 2-0 away win for Southampton. Wow, this is always interesting when someone steps in. Let's see if you actually predicted that for yourself.
Well, I'm trying to think. I'm trying not to remember what I went for, but I think I am remembering, and I'm trying to be different, which makes it harder. But I'm not trying to go like I'm not going to sort of say that Norwich are going to lose to Sheffield Wednesday or something stupid just because it's Steve.
I suppose, although you would be very Steve. Right, well, the less said, the better, says me at the bottom. Anthony has gone for a 2-1 Southampton win. I mean, he's picked his side that he prefers to play in red, hasn't he, there?
Yes, he has.
I've joined you with Steve's prediction. I've gone 2-0 Southampton. Chris, you also went 2-0 Southampton, so you are reading your own mind. Craig's gone for a draw. He's gone 1-1. Doug has also gone for a draw. He's gone for a Desmond. Jeff, has gone for a very interesting game. He thinks Southampton will win 3-2.
Ooh.
John has gone for a 3-1 win to Southampton. Mike has gone 1-0 win to Southampton. Nate has gone for a Southampton win. Nippon, I didn't say his score. He went 3-1. Nippon has gone, good old Nippon style. He's gone 2-0 to Sunderland. Shane Down has gone for another ding dong. He's gone 3-2 to Southampton. Shane O'Donnell has gone for a Desmond. He's gone 2-2. Spencer has gone 3-2 Southampton. That's a rare predicted score that's got cropping up all over the place. As you did with Steve, 2-0 to Southampton. Steve Smart went for a 1-1 draw, and Told You Bro went 2-1 Southampton. Now then, I don't think we need to be psychic to know who Anthony would go for on our next fixture, but the next fixture is Swansea versus Bristol City. Again, two teams not really settled in any sort of form at the moment. I know you could maybe argue Bristol have had Swansea have had harder opponents. I think they've had West Brom away, and I think maybe Middlesbrough. I'm not too sure. But Bristol City, I mean, are you going to show Anthony's team any love, or do you just see the Swans flying away with it?
Boom, boom. I don't have anything against Bristol City. I mean, obviously they're married. They're managed by obviously Nigel Pearson, and I love Nigel Pearson to bits, and I want him to do well wherever he goes. But neither of them have had a good start. So only got one win between them, in 8 games. I think this could be one of those last of the
day, Chris. That's what you say. Last of the day. I'm coining the catchphrase. I'll get there. Come on.
Yes. Well, I can't say last on match of the day because we're not anymore. But I'm going to go for a 0-0.
Oh, I tell you what you could say. You could say it's going to be the game that's a bore on ITV4.
Hey, it.
I'm not just a pretty face. Well, I'm not that, but I can be funny.
Not just what?
I said pretty face, but I said I'm not even that. So,
fair enough.
Anthony, shock here. He doesn't see his beloved Bristol City winning. He sees a 1-1 draw. So
really, wow,
yeah.
Fair play, Anthony. Fair play.
I've given Swansea the nod in a 2-1 win. Chris, you actually have gone for Bristol to win it. You've gone for them to win it 1-0. Craig, he sat on the fence. Seems like that's the favourite result at the moment. He went 1-1. Doug has gone Swansea to edge it 1-0.
Ooh.
Jeff has predicted Swansea to lose. He's gone Bristol City to win. So he's backing Nigel's red and white army for the win. John has gone for a 1-1 draw. Mike has also sat on the fence with a 1-1 draw. Nate has, again, guess what? 1-1 draw.
Oh, yeah.
Guess what? Nippon's done.
1-1 draw?
Yeah, he's got 1-1 draw.
Are these lot talking to each other in a separate chat?
I know they're in the group chat and I see the messages, but they might have their own group chat away from me that they're discussing it. And saying that, Shane Down, he went for a 2-0 win to Swansea. His counterpart, Shane O'Donnell, guess what, Chris?
1-0?
Yeah, he went 1-0. You're good at this. You're good at this. Spencer.
How is this good in my points?
I know, right? Wow, I can't speak. Swansea went for a 1-0 win to Spencer. You obviously sat on a board draw for Steve. Steve Smart has gone for a 2-0 win to Swansea. And Told You Bro went for a 1-0 win to Swansea. So, draw is the favourite result for that one.
That fence is going to be bending under the weight, isn't it?
I know. We'll have to get some reinforced steel for it. Scott has joined the odd shock that was around, but Swansea or the draw was the favoured ones. I'd love to have the time to work out the statistics and get a little graph up and show you the percentages, but I can't do percentages and fail them in maths, and I'd probably get shouted at. So, Bristol City 2-0. Scott has gone. So, swiftly moving through the ranks here. We've got some mediocre M69 team playing Watford. Coventry. Sorry, not mediocre. It's Coventry. Coventry at home.
Don't big them up better than they are.
Oh, I know. I shouldn't do. But former Fox, Mark Robbins is the boss, so they got that same little bit of soft spot despite being our local rivals, I guess, in this league. Taking on Sakurama Watford, as it is. Although I don't know how they manage it. If they sacked a manager this season, I don't know. Chris, which side of the coin are you going for?
I like Mark Robbins. I mean, I always want ex-players to do well. Unfortunately, it's at Coventry. I don't mind Coventry. I mean, I'd sooner. I know I always say Coventry are more, to me, our main rivals more than Forest or Derby. Just been that long since we played them, but I do like them more than Forest or Derby. And I have them for doing really well. But again, 2 games between them this season. I'm going to go 1 apiece.
Oh, you let me right down there. And do you know why you let me down? Because I had something ready, and you just let me down with your 1-1. Yeah, you're boring. Yeah, you're boring. Let's see. Can I get?
Excuse me. Everybody else has gone. Excuse me. The score of the night.
I know, right? Draw. Well,
Yeah.
let's see if everybody else went the same way as you did. Well, Anthony, he went for a 2-1 Coventry win. I'm going to use it on Anthony.
Bell end.
I tell you what, I did that with Steve once, and I did not anticipate how many people were backing Coventry for a win. I nearly broke the button, so I am now using that sparingly.
Or at least just get your timing right, which is more than I do.
Well, bottom of the league, and I'm also a bit of a...
Bell end.
At least you're not insulting guests like I was the other day.
Well, that's very true. You're epic timing on that one, because I've also gone for a Coventry win. I've gone 2-1. Chris, you are reading your own results, mate, because you went for a 1-1 draw. Craig has gone for a Coventry win. He's not a bellend. I can't do this all the way through. I'll break the button because Doug went 2-0 Coventry. Jeff has gone 1-0 Coventry. Everybody loves a bit of Coventry, apparently. Are you sure you're all Leicester fans? John has gone 2-1 to Coventry. I'm sensing a pattern. Mike, as I say, I sense a pattern. What does Mike do? He doesn't read the room. He goes 2-1 Watford. Nate has also gone 2-1 Watford. So everybody's reading the 2-1, but changing their mind when they want it. Nippon, he's gone for an absolute goal fest. He's gone 3-2 Watford.
Ooh.
Shane Down has gone 2-0 Coventry. Shane O'Donnell has gone 2-1 Coventry. Spencer has gone for a Desmond. We know Steve has gone 1-1 because you're here predicting it for him. Steve Smart has gone 2-1 Coventry, the favourite result here. And Told You Bro has to be different because he went 3-1 to Coventry. So there we go. A lot of you predicting Coventry to win it. Of course, Hugh Scott to tell me he's going to be a ball draw. Which moves us on to a very interesting fixture. 2 teams are playing blue. New Boys Ipswich against the team from the Valleys, the capital of Wales itself in Cardiff. Surprising starts, up until last week, the defeat to Leeds. Ipswich were top of the league. There's a new, far better team that's sat on top of the tree now, but we don't talk about them. It's not like it's Leicester, is it? See what I did? But Cardiff again, surprising people with a few results, very hit and miss, probably winning when you're not expecting them, losing when you're expecting them to win. Are Ipswich going to get themselves back on track, Chris, or do you see Cardiff throwing another spanner into the works?
No, the former. I think Ipswich will get back on track. Cardiff, I think, are really going to struggle this season. I'm going to go... I'm actually going to go 3-0 to Ipswich.
Wow, that is a big statement you made. Were you so big and bold? And I'm not talking about you yourself. I'm talking about your predictions for your predictions.
You'd be surprised what's big and bold about me, I'll tell you.
Well, you've got the ex-wife, so I might ask her. Anthony, he sat on the fence. He's gone for a 1-1 draw.
Who knew?
Yeah, who knew? I have backed Ipswich as well. I do think they're going to come back to form. I've gone 2-0 to Ipswich. Chris, you think the same as me, which is a bit scary for you because you've gone 2-0 to Ipswich as well.
Yeah.
Craig.
That's a write-off then.
Yeah. Craig's gone for a 5-goal thriller in Ipswich. Cardiff, he's gone 3-2 to Ipswich. Doug has gone very comprehensive. He's gone 3-0. So if Doug's right, Steve's going to be getting some points. That's good for Steve. Jeff has gone 2-1 to Ipswich. And John has gone 2-0 Ipswich. Not seeing any love for Cardiff at the moment. Mike has gone 2-1 Ipswich. Nate has gone, guess what? 2-1 Ipswich. Nippen has gone 3-1 Ipswich. Not even Nippen surprising me there. Shane Downs gone 3-2 Ipswich. Shane O'Donnell has gone 2-0 Ipswich. I feel sorry for any Welsh fans that are watching because they're not getting much love here. Spencer.
Evening, Mike.
Spencer has gone 3-1 Ipswich Town. Obviously, we know you've gone 3-0 for Ipswich for Steve. Steve Smart, on the other hand, he's also gone for 2-1 Ipswich and Told You Bro went 2-0 Ipswich. So now, if you've got the order of the fixtures in front of you and you probably go at them up on the BBC, you're expecting to hear how everybody's gone for Leicester Hull. But in case you didn't really notice, we're a Leicester City channel. So guess what we're going to make you do? We're going to make you wait for their predictions and we're going to skip over it and we're going to go to Middlesbrough versus Queen's Park Rangers. Now, I know the Championship is a bit of a sturdier division in terms of longevity of managers, but Michael Carrick, who everybody wanted at Leicester, is not having the greatest of starts at Middlesbrough. QPR, again, a bit like Cardiff, indifferent in their form book. Do Middlesbrough fans maybe start to worry that they've got the wrong man at the helm? Or this surely has to be Middlesbrough getting 3 points to give them a start, because the international break, going in on the run they're in, it's not going to do them well, is it?
No, and QPR, I think, were lucky to stay up last season. They were down there fighting relegation, weren't they, if my memory serves me right? It is funny, isn't it, how fickle we are as fans, and everybody was saying, Michael Carrick, we should go for Michael Carrick. Look what he's done at Middlesbrough. He hadn't even been there for full season. This is his first full season of him with his team, and look what happens. But then again, look at us. What would we be, licking Enzo's arse as much as we're doing if we hadn't had 6 wins on the trot and 4 in the league?
Very true.
I'm gonna have to agree with Scott, and that's something I never thought I'd hear myself saying. Evening, Scott. I'm going 0-0 for this one, another ball draw.
He's going for a ball draw.
I think I might have gone for that as me as well, to be honest with you. But
wait your turn. Patience, sir. Patience, sir. Yeah. Anthony, he's gone 1-0 to Middlesbrough. Look, playing red.
Red, yeah.
I have gone for a QPR upset. I have gone 2-1 QPR. I think the Middlesbrough misery will continue. Well, they're not showing me signs or anything that they're going to win games anytime. Guess what, Chris? You're correct. You went for a ball. Yeah. Craig went for 2-0.
I'm not too worried. I'm not too worried. Steve's missed a week and he's still not bottom, so I'm not worried.
I know, right? I can't remember who's bottom, but we can't bring it up again. It's all right. Doug, don't see out the corner of my eye. I'm like a teacher in a classroom. I've got eyes everywhere. I can see to bring it back up when I said that. Doug's gone for a 1-0 Middlesbrough win, so I feel like I'm going to stay bottom going for QPR. Jeff has joined Doug, copying his homework, 1-0. John has gone for a 2-1 QPR, so someone likes me. Gone QPR. Or
you're not the only nutter here.
I know. Either that or John just doesn't want to win the prizes. I don't know. Mike has joined you with a ball draw, though. He's gone 0-0. Nate has gone for a draw, but he's gone 1-1. Nippen has also gone 1-1. Shane Downs has... I think these three are copying each other homework because he's gone 1-1. Shane O'Donnell, stop copying each other's Shanes. I'm going to separate you in class because he's gone 1-1.
Yes.
And 1-1 or 0-0 because Spencer's gone 0-0. I'm almost getting angry at all these being the same because you're just giving me no chance to win the league. You're all conspiring against me. Conspiring. Steve Smart has gone 2-1 to Borough and Told You Bro has gone 2-0 to Borough. So, because apparently I like to skip the queue, I actually forgot to skip the order I've got these written down in. Two sides that are struggling, but one that's probably more alarming than the other. Leeds United at home to Sheffield Wednesday. I could be incorrect here. You'll be happy to correct me. I'm sure you will do. Sheffield Wednesday haven't got a win yet. Leeds have only got one, although it did help us out, so I don't mind them getting that win. both teams struggling, both with different expectations maybe this season. Are Leeds, though, turning that corner now they're a bit more settled, or do you see Sheffield Wednesday doing something here?
They had a bad start in the Leeds, but then half the players were refusing to play for the team or something. I don't know what had gone on there. Gnotto, whatever he's called, may be leaving or has left today, one of the two. But they have signed Perlo, which is a player obviously I wanted at Leicester. I should go for a Leeds win here because Sheffield Wednesday are a team in trouble. You know, it's getting rid of a mutual consent parting of the ways, after how they managed to get promoted hasn't done them any good at all. But it is a Yorkshire derby, that oars, lad. And it's the White Rose derby. So I'm actually going to say...
Bell end.
I'm actually going to say, I've got to the top of my stairs, and I'll say I'm going to surprise. I'm going to go for a proper Steve prediction here, and I'm going to go 2-1 Sheffield Wednesday.
He's doing Steve. He's doing Steve proud. He's going 2-1 Sheffield Wednesday.
Because it's the local derby, and I don't know whether I thought about that when I predicted, but yeah.
We'll find out in a sec. Although I know I normally do comments at the end, but Scott has put one in here, which is very interesting considering what he says. He says here, here's a fact for you. Our sister club, Aurelia Leven, easy for me to say, have a certain player that is related to somebody, apparently a well-known player called Erling Haaland. Are we cooking the next Erling in the pot across Belgium?
No, don't panic. It's his mother.
Well, that's a
tap it off.
Oh, wow. That squid. But anyway.
You should have got in the team last season.
Well, you've gone for a shock for Steve. Anthony has gone for a Desmond. He went 2-2. I have gone for a convincing 3-1 win to Leeds. I think their form's going to turn around now. They're a lot more settled. All the toxic players out. I think they're due to go on some run. I'd be surprised if it didn't. Chris, you can tell you give a real Steve prediction when you've gone 3-0 Leeds.
Oh, I think that's what my head tells me.
Yeah.
I really do.
Well, you'll be kicking yourself now if Sheffield Wednesday win and you give Steve points.
I know.
So will everybody at this rate, because Craig's also gone 3-0 to Leeds. Doug has also gone 3-0 to Leeds. I'm sensing patterns here, guys. You need to get out your own WhatsApp chats and start letting me know that you're in conspiracies. Jeff has gone for 4-1 Leeds, so he doesn't hold out much hope. John has copied the homework of Jeff, 4-1 Leeds. Mike has gone 3-2 Leeds, so he thinks it'd be a bit closer, but he has gone there. Nate has gone 2-1 Leeds, so no one's joining your Steve prediction right now. What about Nippon? Right on cue. Nippon's gone 2-1 to Sheffield Wednesday, so he's not on his own. He's not on his own. Shane Downs, he has gone for a 1-0 Leeds win, so I think he'd be closer, but he's still backing Leeds to win. His counterpart, Shane O'Donnell, has gone 2-0 Leeds. Spencer has gone 2-1 Leeds. As we know, you've caused the upset with Sheffield for Steve. Steve Smart, however, has gone 3-1 to Leeds, and Told You Bro has gone 3-0 Leeds. So, with that being said,
I think Sheffield Wednesday, unfortunately, are doomed.
Yeah, I'm struggling to see where they're going. Well, we are, as Bon Jovi said, we're actually halfway there. Well, we're actually a little bit over halfway.
Some of you are living on a prayer because you're doing that badly.
I know. Come on, Dad. Give me better odds. Come on. But I like to use that as a segue into give one of these. It's a shameless plug, and you'll be happy to know that. First of all, I want to say thank you to our lovely members there that are scrolling across the bottom. I'm not just saying that because I happen to be one of them. Chris pays me to do it. No, he doesn't really. But yeah, that's where you can find the membership.
No, we appreciate all their support.
Of course, you love us really, and of course the memberships are all for a low price of £1.99 because it's always cheaper than saying it's £2. That's what it is. And of course, once I get organised, you think I'll be doing this long enough to know, wouldn't you? Really? But if you're wondering, well, I love the show, but I don't like listening to you guys. I don't like looking at your faces too much. once I skillfully drag this out for the video, I will tell you that this is where, if you wish to listen to us instead of seeing our beautiful faces, this is where you can check us out.
Leicester Till I Die podcasts on the Apple iTunes, Spotify, Google, Anchor, and all podcast platforms.
Something is coming. Something big to this podcast.
Hello, Chris.
Is that you to put all the Samaritans there?
I thought you might need it. Yeah, I just thought, I'm caring, boss, and I don't want to see you suffer.
116. Just right, and of course, we could not be more grateful for the support we get from the TalkSport Fan Network that is also associated with LTID TV.
The TalkSport Fan Network is the ultimate on-demand destination for the UK's best fan-led football podcasts,
including Leicester Till I Die, independent analysis and reaction for the Foxes faithful.
The TalkSport Fan Network.
Unbeatable club-dedicated content created by the fans, for the fans.
Follow the podcast on the TalkSport Fan Network.
Of course, if you haven't already, please do go and support our sister channel. We have them around there. The link is always in the description. It's LTID TV 2, and there is some stuff in the works. I am going not just covering football quizzes, but as of next week, over the international break, there will be the first ever LCFC Women's WSL show coming to you, where we will also be going through, not what we're doing tonight, but we will also be going through the transfers, the ins and outs for the women's side. So if you love the women's football and want to get over there, do go and show support to that channel. We love you forever on there. Well, not forever, but we definitely love you. And with that shameless plug, as I've learned from the master to do it, we shall get on with the last few games, and starting with Plymouth Argyle, who the only bad thing they do is Gingsters, because that's not a Cornish pasty. If you think it's a Cornish pasty, you've not lived. But the Argyle are up against the Blackburn. I know there's a certain adoptive son of yours that will be pewing at the name Blackburn being said. But surprising results. Blackburn are steadily getting on the ship. I mean, how long that lasts before they start sinking again, we don't know. Plymouth had a few decent results. They are at home, Chris. This is for me, this is the tough one. I've actually starred it as a game that I think is too tough to call. You know what I mean? Where are you sitting on this one? Where are you going for Steve first of all, but what are your general thoughts?
My general thoughts are Plymouth have surprised me. I had them to go straight back down again. But I think they'll struggle simply because of the financial side, because it's not a poor league now, this one. So I think they will struggle overall, but Blackburn were one of my teams to sort of go up again, possibly via the playoffs, because they obviously made that far this season. But I'm working for Steve here, so I'm going to say it's going to be. I'm going to go with Desmond.
He's going for a Desmond, and to a certain lovely Steve Smart. I've been told by Chris that I have the powers that be to dock you points for financial fair play. So because what he said here is, Brad get calling, I hear you're rock bottom. Well, I heard you're not sending over the right tax returns for your point system, so I might see you in a championship. How'd you like that?
We're such an adult station here, aren't we?
I know, just such a mature guy. I don't know how people put all of his mate, but Martin does. Martin Tate, hi, nice to see you, Martin. He says hi both. Great show, keep up the good work. I do try, mate.
Very trying.
Pro, you're about to find out, as some will say. He says he thinks he predicted this is his only draw for the week. And where was I? And as Scott said, I know I had it up there at the bottom. He says, do go and smash the like button to this and subscribe to both channels. Thanks, Scott, and share the videos. Thanks for your ever-loving support. But, Chris, you've gone for a Desmond. Told you bro thinks he went for a Desmond. Did everybody else join you? Anthony, well, he went 3-2 Blackburn. He thinks it's going to be a good game, but he's gone Blackburn for the win. I have gone for a 2-0 win to Blackburn. Chris, you actually went 2-0 to Blackburn as well. So you have gone against your own grain every so often here. Craig has gone 2-1 Blackburn. And Doug, he's gone 2-0 Plymouth. Might change mine now. I can do that, can't I? I can change mine. He's gone 2-0 Plymouth. I'm hoping that doesn't happen. Otherwise, I'm going to start cursing Doug out.
He's top of the league for a reason.
Well, Jeff is obviously learning to copy Doug because he's gone 1-0 to Plymouth. John has gone for a Desmond. He's gone 2-2. Mike has gone 1-0 Plymouth. So Plymouth are getting a fair backing at the moment. Nate has gone 1-1. Nippon has gone for, wow, I knew there was one here somewhere. Nippon has gone for Plymouth 2, Blackburn 5. That will definitely not be last night.
I'm watching that game. That's the watch along on Saturday, folks.
I know, right? Shane Downs, he has gone for a Desmond. Shane O'Donnell has gone 2-1 to Blackburn. Spencer has gone somewhere. I don't know where he's gone, but he's gone somewhere. He's gone for a 1-1 draw. Obviously, Steve, we know, went for a Desmond. Steve Smart went 2-1 to Blackburn. And told you, bro, I can confirm for you that you definitely did go for a draw. And, yeah, it may be the only draw you went for. So, there we have it. Go on.
Before you move on, Brad, I just want to do a little bit of this. It was announced earlier that our game at Blackburn, which I think was going to be on the Friday, has now been put back to the Sunday at 1 o'clock, still on Sky. And that means that our game against Liverpool in the Carabao Cup will now take place on the Wednesday.
Oh, no.
And Sky have just announced the games that they will be showing on TV. Now, we did say that Newcastle-Manchester City would be one of them, even though obviously Manchester City didn't have the right, Newcastle didn't have the right number. But on Wednesday the 27th, the live game is Newcastle United versus Manchester City.
So,
the game on Tuesday, both of these are 8 o'clock kickoffs. It's not going to be us because we were on Wednesday, remember. It's Manchester United versus Crystal Palace. So we're not on the telly!
Hey, that means you get to come here and view it. You have to come watch it over here. All of you in your thousands.
Yes, maybe we'll hit the 4,000 mark this game. I do apologise. Do carry on, sir.
No, it's great to know. We were cheering for it for the draw, so we've got our wish. Just in case you didn't see it, yes, he is. He is, guys. He is working for him. He's paid him. Right, nothing, Chris. Nothing. It's not like you can't see the comments anyway. So
I know. I'm going back now to check.
Oh, well, speaking of check, let's check the list out and see where we are. See, I can do this. I'm good at wordplay. Rotherham, who suffered another Leicester late strike defeat as the Foxes made it 6 out of 6 in all. Well, 6 out of 6 in all competitions. Rotherham are at home to, well, the second Yo-Yo Club, or the new Yo-Yo Club, if you wish, in Norwich. Norwich having a good start. I think they're up in second in the league now. They're looking early doors contenders with Leicester to be there or thereabouts coming in the season. Rotherham are probably one of them. They feel like the Luton of the Premier League, don't they? They feel like it's almost a gimme that they go down. I know they stayed up last season. They did quite well, but they've had a horrible start to life back in the Championship. They got absolutely buried in the Carabao Cup by Stoke, and it wasn't close at all. Is this going to be more pain and misery, or are we actually going to see them spring into life here? I don't think you're going to go against your own predictions here, even if you try to, but Rotherham at home causing a shock, or is this try just put down 3-0 away win?
I do apologise. Who are they playing? I wasn't listening. I was writing down for later on the Carabao Cup details.
Don't need Chris. He don't pay attention to me. That's how it is. That's how I do it myself, ladies and gentlemen. We're just predicting Rotherham versus Norwich. And sorry to any headphone users there that were.
I'm going to write out 50 times. I must pay attention. I must pay attention in class. I must pay attention in class. There we go.
Oh, yes.
Sorry, I was writing down notes there for the second show.
Anyone will think we're doing a live show. Come on. It is Rotherham. That's Rotherham. That's where Gorinda wouldn't go, right?
I know.
At home to Norwich.
My heart says I want Rotherham because obviously it will do us better for Norwich because they're second. But my head says Norwich. But I'm struggling even for Steve. And I would be not being fair to Steve if I went for anything other than a Norwich City win. I'm going to go 3-0 Norwich.
I said he'd go 3-0, ladies and gentlemen. It's like I'm psychic. If only I was that good at real life, because I'd probably be top of the league.
Yeah, but you're not. You're the other end.
I know. In more ways than one. But, I mean, are we really surprised as Leicester fans that we're against Rotherham? We have to remember the chief leader of the Leicester City supporters group.
What? I'm Premier League. I am elite. I am proper elite.
No.
I am Dorinda.
That will never get old.
No, it won't. Not with old Gorinda around. So maybe we've just got a new hatred because our Lord and Saviour Gorinda doesn't like Rotherham. That might be it. Anthony has committed an illegal offence, Anthony. He has gone for a team to win against a team in red. He has gone Norwich 3, Rotherham 1. Anthony, are you okay? Send help if he asks. Put in the chat, help if you need it. I see a comment up there. So if that's Anthony, I'm worried already. I have gone for a bit of a sacrificial game. I've gone Rotherham 0, Norwich 5. So I don't know.
I've just put that up there for Anthony.
Just for Anthony, yeah, just for you, mate. Chris, you went for the same scoreline you did yourself, 3-0 to
God, I'm not going to have a good week this week, am I?
Craig's been a little bit nicer. He's gone 3-1, so he's at least given Rotherham a goal. Doug, Doug never wanted to be outshone. I go 5-0 Norwich. He goes 6-1 Norwich. Or Rotherham. I might be kind to him next week. Depends who they're playing. Well, not next week. I can be kind to him next week because they won't be playing. Jeff, he went 3-1 Norwich. John has gone 3-1 Norwich. Mike went for 4-1 Norwich. Nate went 2-1 Norwich. Nippon. I love you, Nippon. He's gone Norwich 1, Rotherham 2. He's gone for it. He's on his own. He's on an island on his own.
Is this the equivalent of like football suicide that Nippon is doing here?
Well, he got 4 correct results last week. If that's going to be one this week,
I shouldn't joke. No, well done, Nippon.
I mean, Shane's not too far behind. He has gone for a 1-1 draw. I mean, I'd take that from them. Shane O'Donnell, he's come back to the normal side. He's gone 2-0 Norwich. Spencer, he's also gone for a draw. So there's a few outsiders playing it a bit risky. Steve, we know you went 3-0 for. Steve Smart, he went for 1-1. So not completely one-sided this one. And told you, bro, he also went 3-1 Norwich. So apart from Nippon, who loves to give us all a shock result, a couple of 1-1 draws, but the majority 80% went for a Norwich win. Just quickly checking out that comment. Again, Scott agreeing with the majority going for a Norwich win. So we have the final 3, right? We are down to the final 3. We have Stoke versus Preston, and I feel like these two teams have played each other 4 times already this season because their fixture list has been very similar with who they're playing name-wise. It's always a P versus an S and an S versus a P, it feels like, with who they're playing. Stoke are at home. Preston, over the last few seasons, always get off to a good start. And they got a good result, I believe, at the weekend, costing me some points by scoring some goals. Assholes. I don't hold it against them much. But no, Stoke at home, are they going to... Is this going to be a draw, sitting on the fence, or do you have an outright winner for this one, Chris?
Preston surprising me. I mean, Preston are like the proverbial, they're always up there, but they're never going to get promoted. You know, I can remember when I lived in Burnley and Leicester, like, you know, I'm talking like the Ian Holloway, Craig Levein years. And I used to love going to Preston because he used to charge £1 for a kid's ticket. There's always kids for a quid game. When you
And
got
how did you pass as a child?
Sorry?
I said, how did you pass as a child?
I know. But I had 4 of them, so it would really save me a fortune. And Paul Gallagher obviously seemed to sort of be playing until he was 70 for them. But they're not consistent. They have won 3. Stoke have won 2. I'm going to have to go for another Desmond.
He's going for a Desmond. Mr. Tutu, God rest him, would be very proud of Chris and his Desmond predictions. He's gone 2-2. I'm going to boldly predict, well, nothing because I can't in this league, but I'm going to predict that this might be a result that is similar or matched. Anthony, well, he's gone for a ball draw. He's gone 0-0. I have gone for Preston to eke out a 1-0 win. Chris, you also went for a Desmond. It's like you've got your own results up sometimes. I'm sure of it. Craig, he has gone for Preston to edge out a 2-1 win. Doug has gone for a 1-1 draw. Jeff has gone for a Desmond, so the draw is favourable at the moment. John has gone for a Stoke win. That's the first shout for Stoke to win. He's gone 1-0. Mike has then followed that up with a 2-1 win for Stoke. Nate has backed Preston to win 2-1. Nippon has sat on that proverbial fence and gone 1-1. Shane Downs has gone for a 2-0 Stoke win. Shane O'Donnell has sat on the fence. You're going to have splinters in your bums, guys, I tell you.
Yeah.
Spencer has gone 1-0 Stoke. You went for a Desmond for Steve, as we know. Steve Smart has gone 2-0 Stoke. And Told You Bro also went 2-0 Stoke. So, the penultimate game, the penultimate prediction, as it is, before we get on to a certain massive M69
You
team.
haven't seen the breaking news, have you?
He hasn't, has he?
Just come up on Sky. No, he hasn't. I'm winding you up. Come on, get rid of me. Get rid of me.
Bell end.
I'll do it for
Bell end.
I'll leave it up there. He'll notice it in a minute. No, did you? No, you didn't.
I'm having a lie down, Chris. Chris, shut up. West Brom versus Huddersfield. I'll see you in a minute.
I knew how much that would hurt.
You do that to me on the show later, and I'll walk out in protest. Chris, it's the Baggers. It's the original Yo-Yo Club. They're boinging around. They haven't been back up in a while, but they are taking on the old wise owl that is Neil Warnock. He's 17. He's still managing. He is the Roy Hodgson of the Championship, if you will, in that sense. It is at home, West Brom. Huddersfield, not off to the greatest start again, struggling. Maybe that great escape under him should have been where he cut his ties. Surely only one way?
No. I'm going to go. I'm going to go.
I will, Spencer. Don't worry, Spencer. I will. I'll ban him. Don't worry. He's sitting on the fence. You're going 1-1. You seemed a bit discontent about that one. You're like, bollocks that. I don't care for it. I get it. Don't you worry. Anthony has
I enjoyed that.
Anthony has gone 2-1 to West Brom. So have I. So I don't feel any more confident about my predictions. Chris, you went 3-0 West Brom. Craig went 3-1 West Brom. Doug went 5. I know. I nearly threw it at Chris when he did it, Steve. That's what the problem was.
I didn't know. Never knew Brad could move that quickly. If you're that good on your emergency stops, mate, in your driving test, you'll have no problems with it.
Doug went 5-0 West Brom. Jeff, he went 2-0 West Brom. John went also 2-0 West Brom. Mike's gone 4-1 West Brom. No one's holding out hope for Huddersfield apart from Steve Lynex, thanks to you. Nate has gone 2-0 West Brom. Nippon's gone 2-1 to Huddersfield. Good old Nippon.
Yay, well done, Nippon.
Shane Downs.
Every show needs a Nippon.
It does. I never thought I'd say that sentence or hear it be said either. But Shane Downs has gone 2-1 to West Brom. Shane O'Donnell's gone 2-0 to West Brom. Spencer has gone for a draw, so Steve's not alone. Although he might feel like it if he sees the table after this week with Chris's predictions. Steve Smart has gone 3-1 West Brom, and Told You Bro went 1-0 to West Brom. I said that really slowly because my brain froze a bit. You've. Oh, this one I wouldn't mind. This one I wouldn't mind.
It hasn't been agreed yet. It's only rumours at the moment.
Yeah. We might find out at about 8:30 when we do a certain deadline show, won't we, Chris, in a bit?
Oh, that leads me very nicely into this. 8:30. You know, I always think that we'd plan this, wouldn't you?
Yeah, anyone would.
8:30, I will be joined by the Eagle Piggle himself, Dave, and we'll be taking you through 2.5 hours of transfer talk. Don't think much is going to be happening on the incoming for Leicester. Could be quite a few outgoing still. And then we're going to be joined by different people at different times. 9 o'clock, Josh is joining us. 9:45, the guy that looks like he's on University Challenge, sat above me there. Brad will be joining us at 9:45. Craig's popping on about 10:15. And then Kate, if she makes it to Leeds and can actually get to a hotel and get on to the internet, will be joining us for the last 45 minutes. And what we'll be doing is basically looking at all the signings we've made in detail and obviously briefly discussing those players that we got rid of, which we're not going to spend hours on because they've gone and they're not our players anymore. So that's 8:30. Don't touch that dial, as they used to say when I was about 5. Stay here at 8:30 and join us for the Transfer Show Deadline Special.
Yeah, that is exactly where you'll find out all the latest updates because we're just better at bringing it than Sky, aren't we, Chris? We don't muck around on this channel. Where is it? Where is it? You've moved it all. You've moved everything. I don't know. I'm going to put it in the bin, Chris. I can't. It's hurt me. I've got to get rid of it. That Ian thing's upsetting my brain. Just seeing it there, it's cursed my mind. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Where was I with this banner? Where is it? I'll just put this one back up. There we go. Anyway, as we were, the one you've all been waiting for, the one this whole channel's entire existence is all about, we are going to talk about the biggest club in the Championship, top of the table, Leicester City. They are at home before the international break, and they take on a team of orange and black. They take on the Tigers. Surely a Foxes mauling the Tigers before the international break, Chris?
Do you know what's interesting? Is that it's another tale of two cities this weekend because there's only 2 clubs in the whole top 4 divisions that are unbeaten. Oh, not unbeaten, sorry, that have a 100% record this season. One of them is the PSG of the Premier League, which is Manchester City, and one of them is the PSG of the Championship, which is us. Will we still have that title at the end of the 90 minutes on Saturday? I'm not sure who Man City have got this weekend, but you know what? I think we will. But it's Hull, and they have shocked us. I remember I was watching you on the preview, which is if you haven't seen the Leicester Hull preview that Brad did with Craig and a Hull fan, do get over and check it out on the LTID TV1 channel. It's a very, very good show. I think you pointed out that season that we lost to them when they got promoted, which was the year after we won the bloody thing. I'm actually, for Steve, going to go 1-1.
You're going to go 1-1. I'm going to be honest here. I was looking at this thinking, it's the international curse. It's going to have us up. And I nearly went for a draw myself. I think I pretty much did nail myself to the flag, not the cross like I did for all you.
Hallelujah.
I know, right? But Chris, you've already done it once. I have to do the same. Here, I've got something for you.
Sky.
Well, that was it. No, I have an all-new record to announce here for you. And it is major news. The Europa League Conference champions, West Ham United, are drawing to Luton. Luton have kept a clean sheet for 7 minutes in the game. I just want it to be different. Luton have gone a long time without seeing them go on the Premiership. Congratulations to Luton. They're currently 8 minutes into the game and it's still 0-0. It's fine. I had a little bit of a laugh and a giggle on the end of the show. But you've been conservative. This may or may not have some blue tinted glasses in the prediction show here. I don't know why. It's not like we're all Leicester fans here. The majority of us are. But let's see if the non-Leicester fan went for a Leicester win. Anthony, he went for a 3-1 Leicester win. I and ahed. I can actually see, I'm not going to lie, because I can't see the two that I wrote down for Hull, but I changed my mind and I went 2-0 Leicester. Chris, you went 3-1 Leicester. Craig went 2-1 Leicester. That is our scoreline this season, to be fair, isn't it? Really? Yeah. Apart from one game. Doug went 2-1 Leicester. Jeff went 3-0 Leicester. John went 2-0 Leicester. Mike, Leicester 3-1. Nate, Leicester 2-0. No surprises here. Nippon, no surprises actually. He went 2-1 Leicester. Shane, 2-0 Leicester. Shane O'Donnell, just to not confuse them, he went 2-1 Leicester. Spencer went 3-1 to Leicester. You obviously went for a draw for Steve, so you've put him on his own at the moment. Mm-hmm. Steve Smart, he went Leicester 2-0. And Told You Bro went 3-1 Leicester. So you've put Steve on his own there. Very kind of you to do so. Chris, you've given your predictions. Obviously, you've got a show to do, so I will let you go, mate, so you can go get yourself something to eat or whatever you need to do before that.
Well,
but how are you
stuck on a seal bar?
Sorry, what was that?
I said stuck on a seal bar.
Yeah, stuck on a seal bar. Don't say that around the wrong people. There are people otherwise. But Chris, thank you very much for stepping in and filling in Steve's shoes. He'll be mightily proud of you because you're going to give him some points, hopefully. And obviously, you'll catch us. Well, you'll catch Chris first of all, but you will see me at some point on the transfer deadline day roundup. Get your ties out, get your bingo cards created for us to bring you some breaking news, and don't you ever do that to me again, you absolute.
Helen. Yes. See you later, mate. Thanks very much.
Later, mate. Take care.
Bye.
So I removed myself as I removed Chris. I was that angry as a little prank. I hope you have all enjoyed.
I did that. I apologise. I'm not used to removing people at the end of a show. It was just automatic. See you later, guys.
Take two. We'll edit it out, Chris. Don't worry. See you later. We try again. But yeah, to answer your question, Chris, that you did have there, it's Man City are at home to Fulham tomorrow. But yeah, fan was called a bellend. Well, yeah, that's on Chris, that, isn't it? Glad to see Samore. We'll see. Nothing's been confirmed. That's for the transfer things. If it has come up, you'll hear about it again in probably 10, 15 minutes. Chris is just setting up. He's just gave me a wave on his way by. You can't see him, but I did wave. Thanks, Nate. He says, great show. I hope you have all enjoyed it. If you have, please, ladies and gentlemen, on your way out, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. And until about 20 minutes time, it'll be a bit longer before you see my beautiful face on that show. But in about 20 minutes time, you will see us again for the Transfer Roundup show. Take it easy, take care, and always look after yourself. See you next time. Goodbye.
Thanks for watching. These videos are tremendous. You better like them too, or I'll be back.
This podcast is proud to be part of the TalkSport Fan Network. TalkSport. Powered by fans.
That will conclude this evening's entertainment.